Hey everyone, welcome back to GarnockReviews. As I jump aboard the new Grand Banks 62 that was on display at the Palm Beach Boat Show. This is an incredible yacht that measures in at 68 feet 10 inches in length. She's got a length on deck of 62 feet, beam of 19 feet 2, and a displacement of just over £72,000. I love the elegant look that's on this. I love the woodwork finish, where it's a low maintenance. It's not covered in wood, but it's got that classy finish to it. The wide decks, the large windows, and it's so easy to make your way from bow to stern. If you want, you can come up here and you can sit out or lay out, but you've also got easy access to get to your bow lines, to get to that electric windlass. And then the electric windlass itself can be operated from here, or it can be operated at the lower helm and also the flybridge. And then to pan the camera around, Grand Banks has been on the go for many years, and it still carries on a lot of the traditional shapes and designs, but it's obviously got a modern twist to it. Now this one's got a flybridge, but you do have additional options where you can have this with an enclosed sky lounge, or you can also have it with a flybridge with an extended saloon. And as I make my way back, you can just again see how easy it is to make your way down the passageway, but it's also just an incredible boat that feels a lot bigger than it actually is. And they've also got clever modern designs where if you look at the window, you'll see that the window drops down, kind of like what you have in your car. But that way you get extra ventilation, but it means you can have larger windows that are able to open too. You've got different gangways, you get different access to get boarding onto pontoons. And then as I make my way back, and you see this takes it into that really large aft cockpit. And this has got a lot of shade and protection from that extension on the flybridge. But you see there's plenty of space here for entertainment for family and friends, but you've also got plenty of space if you wanted to do some fishing. You've got refreshments here. You've also got this pop-up docking station, which is going to make it really easy to do your close quarter manoeuvring. And then it's got a nice setup where that's the galley that's straight there, and again it's got a drop-down window, so that way you can communicate with everybody that's out here, pass out food, drinks and refreshments. And I mentioned the spot of fishing. If you make your way back here, you'll see you've also got the live well in between. You've also got the extended bathing platform. It was easy enough boarding, but it'd be a great vantage point if you wanted to launch and retrieve a tender. And then we make our way into the inside. You instantly feel the benefit of those large windows. And you can see the different layout options. The layout and the specification vary, but as a price point, you're looking at somewhere in the region of $5 million, and obviously that can increase depending on the spec that you choose. For example, we've got this fully equipped galley. You get your electric stove top, you get your fridge freezer, you get the oven down below, and then you can see it from this side where you can reach out to everybody in the aft cockpit. Stainless steel sink, and then plenty of drawers, lockers and cabinets. This one's got a 1,532 gallon fuel capacity, 317 gallon water capacity and 79 gallon hold tank capacity. You got the saloon with a folding table, that way you get extra space when you need it, or extra comfort depending on what you're using it for. I really like the colours and materials that they use in this one. You've also got additional seating on the starboard side, and there's a pop-up TV in between. And then moving forward, you've got very comfortable seating on the port side, where you're going to easily get 2, maybe 3 adults up here. But you've also got really flat surface. If you wanted to lay out your traditional paper charts, this would be a great way of doing it too. And then the helm has got a nice setup where you can have it when you're standing up, or you can have it sitting down or independent from each side. You do have that side door. You get your full engine instrumentation. This one is joystick controlled. But you get your multifunction displays, your bow and stern thrusters, your engine instrumentation, and then controls for things like your searchlight and also the windlass. And then down below you'll find additional electronics, and then a modern twist on that traditional ship's wheel. And you'll see the vents for the air conditioning there too. And then take you down to the accommodation. Now this first cabin has got a really unique setup to it, because at first glance you would think this is a single cabin, but it's not. There's actually 3 berths in here. There is storage underneath this berth. There's also a passageway that leads down to a double berth as well. And again, you see those vents for the air conditioning. Plenty of storage, lockers and drawers everywhere you can see. They've also got plenty of artificial light in here. And then this area is fully en suite. So if I make my way through here, you'll see it's got the separate toilet and shower. And that shower compartment does have the seat folded into the fiberglass. So that way you get the option of sitting down or standing up. And then as I make my way through, I'll show you further onto accommodation, but before I do, behind the door in here, I also like the fact that this one's got full laundry facilities on board. You got both the washer and the dryer. Then moving down the passageway as we make our way to the bow. This is where you're going to find what I would call the owner's stateroom. It's got a really large island berth and there's so much natural light in here. I also like the fact that you've got this massive TV mounted on the bulkhead, but it doesn't feel like it's sticking out like some of the other boats I've been on. Again, look at all the lockers, drawers, cabinets that you can see. And as much as there's a large amount of natural light, they've all got different blinds and things like that you can get extra privacy and as well as extra darkness when needed. This is a large walk-in ensuite compartment, a separate toilet and shower. And there's just so much room in here, as well as plenty of headroom. You can see that in the mirror with me standing there, and I'm roughly 6'2" as a guide. Opposite is where you're going to find the guest heads compartment. Plenty of countertop space. Again, it's nice and bright and airy in here. Separate toilet and shower. And this one's also got another seat mounted down to the side of it. And then finally we've got the last stateroom on the bow. It's also got an island berth, easily accessible from either side. And all those lockers, drawers and cabinets have all got that push button lock mechanism, because this is a boat that's capable of good speed. With its standard engines, you can reach speeds of around 30 knots and a fast cruising speed of 27 knots. And at 20 knots, she's got a range of 817 nautical miles. She's powered by twin Volvo D13 Shafts at 900 horse. But there are various engine options available, including Volvo IPS if you prefer. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to the engine room or to the flybridge at the boat show, but I'm going to include a link to Grand Banks' website in the description and you can see more details on there. But as you'd imagine, this one is extremely well equipped, well designed and well thought out from start to finish. It does not disappoint at all, especially when you consider it's got a range of over 2,000 nautical miles if you cut those throttles back to 10 knots. The Grand Banks 62 is a evolution of the Grand Banks 60 that was launched in 2017, and I'm sure it's going to do well for Grand Banks. As always, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this one. I'd like to thank Grand Banks for allowing me the opportunity to step on board. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you leave a comment down below, if you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.